Welcome to the video activity called What's the Chance? Let's take a look at our probability scale, which measures chance. We know our scale starts down here at 0. When something has a 0 probability, it is what we call impossible. On the other end of the scale, if something has a probability of 1, a particular event, that is what we call certain. If the probability lies right in the middle, it's what we call an even chance. When we're close to 0, that means the chance of an occurrence is very weak. That is what we call highly unlikely. It could happen, however, the chances are very, very weak. And on the other end of the spectrum, if we're close to 1, that is a situation where the event is highly likely. It has a very strong chance of occurring, but it's not certain. So we're going to look at several different events and decide what's the chance. Take a look at the spinner given in problem A. What's the chance of spinning a B for a single spin? Well, let's look at the wedges on the spinner. One wedge, the B, is considered a success. Take a moment and decide, is it impossible to spin a B? Highly unlikely? Is it an even 50-50 chance? Is it highly likely you'll spin a B? Or is it certain? Make your selection. You should have chosen number 2. It is highly unlikely that we will spin a B. There is only one B out of 10. It's a very weak chance of occurring. Let's move on and look at another spinner. In problem B, it asks, on a single spin, what's the chance of spinning a 4? Well, let's take a look at our wheel. We've been given a 1, a 2, and a 3. What's the chance of spinning a 4? Well, you decide. Is it impossible, highly unlikely, an even chance, a highly likely chance, or is it certain you will spin a 4? Make your selection. You should have said it's impossible. There are no 4s on the wheel, so you can't spin a 4. Let's look at letter C. In letter C, you're given a spinner. What's the chance of spinning an A? Well, if you take a look at this particular spinner, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 A's out of 10 possible outcomes. So you decide, is it impossible to spin an A? Is it highly unlikely, an even chance, a highly likely chance, or is it certain? Take a moment and circle the correct answer. You should have said highly likely. It's not certain it's going to happen because you could spin that B right there, but it is highly likely. There's a very strong chance. Now let's wrap it up with problems D and E. For letter D, it asks, what is the chance of spinning an even number? We've been given a spinner labeled 1 through 6. The even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. Of course, the odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5. Is it impossible, to spin an even number? Highly unlikely, an even chance, highly likely, or certain. Select your answer. You should have chosen an even chance. And lastly, letter E. In letter E, we are asked, what is the chance of spinning a number less than 4? Well, on the wheel, if you look, we have a 1, a 2 is a possible outcome, or a 3. Think about how many of those numbers are less than 4. Would your chance be impossible to spin a number less than 4, highly unlikely, an even chance, highly likely, or certain? Take a moment, circle your answer. You should have selected certain. No matter what we spin, our outcome will be a number less than 4.